My hair is coming in and out because that's just how it is. It's kind of a weird thing. It's popping. If I look right here into the webcam, then it's fine, I think. Yeah, it's just tall. That's why. Okay, I love you. I have a beautiful co-host, see you, who's doing puzzles right now. And today felt like a circus costume day, and I allowed myself some rest after an empire building night. Empire building as a mom, as a dreamer, as an entrepreneur, as a creator. Um, and every year I get really stoked on doing our Halloween costumes. We have done when Camden was little, her and Kai Kai were Beauty and the Beast, and it was the cutest thing. I also did Taco Bell with JD and Camden, and that was epic because I had a taco hat and she was Belle. So I reused her Belle for that, for her preschool. We also did Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf with her and Kai Kai. And then with Cruzy, when he was a newborn, we did Star Wars theme. I was Rey and Camden was a small Rey. JD was like not the Mandalorian, but I'm not the best at my Star Wars technology. Um, and not a stormtrooper, like one of the Boba Fett, maybe. Kai Kai was Chewbacca, and Cruzy was Yoda, baby Yoda, probably Grogu. And then the following year, we were the Grinch themed. I was Martha Mayhew, Camden was Cindy Lou Who, JD was the Grinch, Cruz was the baby Grinch, and Kai Kai was Max the dog. And then the following year, we were Willy Wonka, which was a lifelong theme. I was JD was Willy Wonka, Cruzy was an Oompa Loompa, Camden was Veruca Salt, I was Violet Beauregard, and Kai Kai was the golden ticket. And then mm, the following year, we were Aladdin, and JD was the genie. I was Abu. Cruz was Aladdin. Camden was Jasmine, and Kai Kai was the magic carpet. And then last year, we were sushi. I was ramen noodles. Cord was a piece of sushi. Kai Kai was a piece of sushi that he shishied. Cruz was sriracha sauce. Camden was a sushi chef. And JD was soy sauce. And we still have that. And then this year we are Little Mermaid. JD's King Triton. Camden is Ariel. Cruz is Sebastian. He had a blow up lobster crab costume. I'm Ursula. I went full purple body paint, which got over everything. By the way, Cord was Flounder and Kai Kai was Prince Eric. Okay, so I always have room for improvement, and JD could definitely use a little more heads up from me. But every year it's colorful chaos. It's getting to be more of a circus because we have more people involved and babies and dogs, and we try to set up the tripod and do it ourselves. And I'm under no illusion that it's going to be this perfect picture. In fact, I'd rather it capture us in the authentic way and place that we are. But like I went out in the backyard and I set up I just pulled over a little bench from our table out there, picnic table, and I unscrewed the hoses so they kind of weren't in the way. Um, and then there's no good time. Like I was gonna do my makeup, my purple like body paint during Cord's nap. They woke up. She woke up because Camden and Cruz were having fun and running around and doing what I tell them is their number one job of having fun. So she woke up. So I was reading her books, getting to read her books, and she luckily didn't notice her flounder costume. But I just started putting the purple. It was like thick beeswax, like almost reminded you of like zinc oxide type of thick purple all over. I did my whole face. I did my neck and chest, all the arms, all the way down to my fingertips. And I had a wig and a blow up like Ursula. And then I had black, kind of a black dress that I folded down to be like a tube top. And then there was like a blow up tentacles situation with a fan and everything. Cruzy had a blow up lobster, so we're just like directing everybody. Camden had on a full red wig and jewelry, and her thing and I put some sparkles on her face. Cord was in this cute little three-piece flounder suit, and then JD had this whole thing for King Triton. Like it was this whole scepter that was like four pieces I had put together. He had like this ab suit that was hot. He was sweating in because I'm like getting him to hustle back and forth and trying to tell him what shots we want, and kind of frustrated that the tech isn't set up, but I also didn't tell him how to set up the tech ahead of time. And meanwhile, I'm trying to get Kai Kai, which we should have had him on a leash. We've done that before in years past, but I'm feeding him like half a bag of shredded Mexican cheese from Costco to get him to even be in the frame of the photos. And most of the time, it looks like he was licking his butt because he's curled up. He won't stay on the bench. He's hopping up, he's hopping down. I got him an XL size Prince Eric dog costume, which I don't know if this is an XL for some kind of Chihuahua, but it barely fits one of his legs through it. So we've basically got it just draped on his back. So for the second year in a row, it's a total like S show for Kai Kai's costume. And there's a little crown for his head that we have like behind his ears, but it's drooped over and you can't really tell. And um, it doesn't feel authentic and right not to include Kai Kai in the photo as he's our first baby, and I just love to include him. But also, like the more attention we give to him, the more it's like, everyone else is just frazzled, and then we have to rearrange everybody else. And so we're all focused on Kai Kai and trying to get him in the frame. And then I'm telling JD, like, are you getting the whole picture? And I also want it on my phone because I feel like sometimes footage goes to die on other devices that we have, which it doesn't, but we just don't have the time to go and extract it out. I'm sure people can relate. So we're having like Halloween parental friction, which has already been dissolved in the most divine way. But yeah, so he's like, what do we're just having this back and forth while Camden and Cruz are doing the best job they can listening. Cord is semi staying up there as flounder, and we're kind of passing her around, although I'm not holding anybody because I'm full of purple paint everywhere, and anything and everything I touch is getting purple paint on it. Um, so we get some very imperfect pictures, maybe, sort of. I was like, just take a video. And then we also have this like beautiful backdrop inside that we could have done, and JD could have juxtaposed a background, but I just chose to do it outside because I thought the background of our house would be cool because it's blue, like under the sea. But there was a light behind me that I didn't notice, and then the kitchen went, yeah. So very less than ideal setting. And I don't even know what we captured, but at some point we just called it. And then I had to be in like the shower for 45 minutes, probably just I got an exfoliation that I wasn't ready for. Getting all of this purple off. And I tried like Mustela, the baby soap that I love, this French baby soap that I'm obsessed with, that we've used for all three of them, that we currently have for Cord, but I use it just as much. And then I tried our Dr. Brommer's, and that was like not working that well. So then I switched to dish soap, which was actually working, and I had to use like a good amount of friction with a washcloth. And round after round, and there's like purple paint everywhere. And Cord's coming in and wants me. And then because I had tried to adjust Kai Kai during the photo shoot, he had purple all over his like fur. So we ended up having to wash Kai Kai, and get him in the shower with some peanut butter and just coax him in there. And he like there's purple everywhere. And then I just packed up all the costumes, and there was purple all over my wig, purple on Cord, purple on some of Cruz's crab claws, purple on I guess Cord had bumped up against me, so purple on her flounder outfit, a little bit of purple on JD's like six-pack ab King Triton nude bodysuit on the top part. Yeah, purple everywhere. Purple all over our shower, purple on the screen coming in and out the back door. Um, so I am proud for the energy that I move, and I honestly love it. I have some other themes in my pocket, but and we actually kept the sushi costumes, so I think they were so much easier. I'm gonna pack those, and we're gonna use those this year in further Halloween stuff that we do. But I absolutely adore getting to dress up, and the more people that we're blessed to add to this brood, the better. And I know I'll reflect back on these with fondness, but it is quite the energetic investment behind the scenes with these photos. Yeah, last year Kai Kai peed all over. Like I had gotten his piece of sushi loaded to his back, and somehow it inverted and went underneath, so like the straps that were supposed to be underneath holding it on, which that costume was too small as well, flipped over and then he peed all over the whole entire thing. Like it was all with the white part with the rice was just yellow. And he didn't really want to be in the picture. And so I don't even know if we got him in there last year, but it's getting harder and harder to get him like involved in the picture, and he might not feel good because he has too much cheese. Ugh. And yet we get to do this, like how blessed this is the first world, like how blessed that, I have this thriving, wonderful family. And to me, Little Mermaid is so much deeper. Meaning I grew up playing Little Mermaid was one of my favorite Disney movies. I feel like those composers were so brilliant. And I grew up playing the piano. I had the piano book, and I loved telling the story of the Little Mermaid starting in the very beginning, Fathoms Below, and playing that song. And then the daughters of Triton, great father who loved us and named us well, Alana. And then they're like, oh, where's Ariel? And then getting to part of your world. And I loved playing it with like the pedal on and how beautiful and melodic. And that song I continue to play for Camden when she was a little girl. And it was the song that I've referenced many times. It's like a core memory that I played the night before I had to go back to work. And I was just like heartbroken and traumatized playing that. But it also brought me peace. And so I've been singing that song to her since she was a newborn, and now to Cord and to Cruz. And so getting out the costumes the other night as they were arriving in the mail, we put Cruz's on and we played Under the Sea and Sebastian, and I played my song, and I just had the bottom part on the tentacles, like not all the purple fanfare yet, but played that, and I had the little shell necklace and was like, I mean, yes, I would love a good voice, and I'm proud of my voice, but meaning I belt it out in our house all the time, and if you ever came over, you would hear me. Um, but I belted out that song, and then Camden did her song, and we talked about how cool it was that like we had Camden, Ariel, and we had Flounder and Sebastian, and they're all, best friends, and that I was Ursula. I'm happy to play the villain in a fun way, and JD being King Triton and her dad. Um, and Kaika being Prince Eric, and how incredible that we have this vibrant and we get to celebrate. And Halloween is just such a fun holiday for us in the way that there's just so much characterization, and we love driving around and looking at people who've put up the decor, and just not taking it too seriously, but having fun with it. And I love the family themes. And usually, like in Maui, we get to and we have some really vibrant neighbors. I will say Maui like does it up for Halloween. I think that's probably a trend happening around the nation. I can't really speak to that. Maybe we'll know more this year, but yeah, that was today. And then we went on a spooky drive and got some ice cream together um, to celebrate, and started looking at some of the photos. I think JD has them, but yeah, I actually feel like the more I think about it, it's not staged. It's not um, perfect, but it's perfect for us. And it's very reflective of the season that we're in and very much embracive. And I'm so proud of the fact that like, I thought, oh, should I wait another day to put on the makeup? Because I should do it when X or, XYZ have a peaceful moment. Like that is a mythical concept, just like the mythical, beautiful concept of the Little Mermaid. And so no, I just got my tentacles on, and we put our fins on, and it's very reflective of our family. Like we're half under the sea and on the land, and it was a good theme for us, and it's a good story to tell, a good tale, um, fathoms below, and yeah. So when I see some purple paint on everything, this day will be a purple paint memory. All the scrubbing, my face is actually a little sore from all the scrubbing and exfoliating that was required to remove Ursula. I went full on. I went thick. I used like a whole tube of purple. Oh, and then so. But I did it. We did it. And it very much is us. So I am in a phase where it's like less posed, more candid, more like life happening. Life is happening for us. Life is happening quickly. Life is happening Um, and so releasing those limiting beliefs around like, oh, I wish everyone was looking like I don't really wish everybody was looking. And the more I think about it, the more it was perfect the way it all transpired. So that's what came around for today, The Little Mermaid, um, Ursula, Poor Unfortunate Souls, and purple paint.